This crazy closing story involves an ex-husband who went to prison, and to prevent a foreclosure, my saint of a seller had to move back into the home. Okay, y'all, a little bit of the background on this one is my seller, and we'll call him Con, like 17 years ago got a divorce, and he was supposed to pay her X amount of dollars and he was going to get the house, but guess what? He never did. And since he is in the pen, so when he went to prison, guess who didn't make the mortgage payments? And since she was still on the mortgage loan, guess who the lenders were calling to make the payment? And to prevent a foreclosure, my seller had to move back into the home. 17 years later, she was at this new chapter of her life where she had to get to where she was trying to go. And we needed to see what we could do to, well, get her out of the house. The first thing we did was get a prelim title search. And yes, the husband was still on the home. Our easiest path was to have a quick claim deed sent to the prison and notarized, releasing his interest into the property. But guess what? He wasn't going to sign. And some girlfriend that he now found in prison was all jumping into this because they felt they had something of value, and she wasn't going to give a dime to anybody else but herself. She's been the owner and paying the mortgage on time every time for 17 years. In comes the attorneys. We had the attorneys jump in to reopen the divorce, okay? They navigated to get a judge's ruling on what's called a quiet title action. And the judge ultimately ruled in my seller's favor because it was ultimately a short deliberation, and they learned that he had no knowledge of the things a homeowner should know, like who's the mortgage company that services the loan. The judge, at the end of the day, ruled in her favor. About a year and a half is what we spent on navigating it to the point of where we could even tell people that her home was for sale. In 30 days after the judge's ruling, we were sitting at a closing table, and the world cannot express the emotion that her and I had that day of her just overcoming this incredible triumph and closing out and getting to where she needed to be in her